What's up, reefers? Welcome to Alex Pora Corals. This is Alex Wilson, and this is my video log where you can learn from my mistakes, so come check it out. Alright, so here's a shot of my main display this time around this week, and yeah, it's doing pretty good, pretty much the same as last time. The phosphates are about 0.05 parts per million, and my nitrates are about 5 parts per million, so yep, I mean things are kind of going down there on both of my systems right here, where it's bringing down the nitrate and the phosphate little by little, and it's definitely on the lower end of things. So good so far there. And on the 20-gallon quarantine, I am adding a little bit of the Reefroids now. I'm doing 1 month of the Reefroids, 1/8 of the dose. So I'll definitely let you guys know how that turns out after 1 month. I think I still have about 2 weeks to go or so with that, so check back for that. But on this one here, I'm just feeding the yellow tang, right yellow tang. I'm just feeding this guy nori and a little bit of the mysis flakes. And that's all I'm doing on this one. Oh, yes, and direct feeding a little bit of the large polyp coral, some yummy canned tuna. That's right, I feed my corals canned tuna. Alright guys, so this one right here on the flow, I'm running those Innovative Marine. I've got the 2,500 gallon per hour, and it's pretty good just with that one right there. It's good for now, and I'll probably put the other one on the right side eventually. And I don't know, it probably is just maybe eventually it seemed like it would be good to go up to the 5,000 gallon per hour size of a typical MP40, right? However, it's just it would probably be right because I have these MP60s. That's the thing, and they're just, the reason I removed them is that they're too powerful for this size of aquarium. It's just too shallow at 14 inches. It's just too easy for it to start sucking in air from the top. If you've ever had any type of these pumps, that's a major problem. Getting them too high, too strong, to sucking air from the top, or sucking straight stuff from the bottom right here. If they're too low, the gravel, or just brushing stuff out the top. So in this type of real shallow system right here, definitely probably do not need just as much lighting. It's just the power is just higher because it's just so shallow. And same thing with the flow, really doesn't need as much flow. And that said, yeah, we could check out the flow a little bit on these corals, kind of see what they like and what they don't like. Most everything, I think, except for these small polyp corals, particularly some of the Acropora, it's like where they don't get it, they'll actually die. However, I think that a lot of times they, don't quote me, I'm not the expert on the Acroporas. However, a lot of them seem to do fine in the lower types of, even on the lower lighting, because some of the Acroporas, are known to, there's two types. If the super shallow type, even those, they might be able to do just fine in the lower type flows. And then a lot of the other Acroporas, they're found in shallow and medium and even the deep water, and they'll table out or whatever, and they're getting pretty low flow. So I have a feeling, it's just my feeling, that a lot of the SBS, especially the Acropora, I mean, they probably can do just fine in medium flow, maybe even low flow. So I'm going to be kind of experimenting with that. And so let's check out this guy though. See the Hedophryngia right here, definitely super low flow. And he I don't know, it's kind of like elegance. I mean, they like low flow too, but I mean, they can be blasted a little bit. Like the elegance corals, I've definitely seen folks, definitely getting them, I would say, in high flow range, when they're really just barely hanging on. And same thing with this guy. I mean, they won't open up as much if they're getting a lot of flow. And same thing with the Gonioporas. I mean, you can really blast them when they really flop over, and so they can kind of adjust to a high flow. However, they're really blasting over. They definitely look better under the lowest of flows, I would say, in my opinion, right here. It's just, what else do we got here? We got these brains, definitely prefer the low flow. However, they can handle higher flow as well. I have this guy here, the polyps. The problem with this guy, this is my green Goniastria, and I have this is the green splatter Goniastria this side, and then I have another Goniastria there. It's kind of like a greenish mix right there. And these guys, they only open up, unfortunately, to feed, at night when the lights are well off. So I catch them every once in a while when I get home from work, and definitely feed them some of the canned tuna at that time, and they'll eat it up. But that's the thing with these guys. But they certainly can handle the higher flow levels right here, whereas this guy too, the Micro Musa too, he seems to be okay right here, and a little bit of the higher. Same thing, doesn't open up quite as much, but. And okay, so we got the SBS. I got these acropores right here. Definitely the high flow they would prefer. However, I have a feeling that it could just might be able to be okay, and a little bit less flow as well. So let's check them out. Got this. This is the red Porites. This one too is can take the flow, but also in probably medium flow. And alright, same thing with all of these guys. Here's my Samuel Coral Garden right here. Here's my Acropora. Doing good. Let's get that green Millipora. And these guys too right here, they seem to be able to, these real small polyped brains, if they can, it seems like they can break the water pretty well. Same as these Porites right here, definitely seems to be like a high flow coral being with just such a small type of polyp on them. It's almost microscopic, except for the fact that these feather duster worms, definitely if there's a lot of flow, they just won't come out as much. You're only just like halfway out, so that's the limitation as far as this Christmas tree worm rot goes. Blastomusa right there, definitely same thing, definitely like medium flow. And the clams, what's going on with the flow on the clams? Well, the same thing. It's like these guys here, definitely medium to low. They prefer low, I would say. If they start getting a little bit too much flow on the side, they can't even open this mantle all the way. Maybe like this one right here. This Crocea opened up more to the left than it is to the right, and that's because the flow is just hitting them right there. And same thing with that one down there. So if there's too much flow, it just blasts their mantle, and they're not really happy where they're at right there. And so they're constantly kind of moving around a little bit and playing bumper clams, and I kind of have to move them around and keeping them in their spot. But so yeah, so it's just kind of like a medium flow with these guys. What else have we got over here? As a Leviopora, definitely like low to medium. Same thing with these this tube Kryptonite trumpet coral. And what's up with these Stylophorus and the bird's nest as well? I think these guys, they definitely look like SPS. A lot of people think that they're gonna like high flow. I do not think so. I think these guys definitely prefer either medium tops, and then they seem to be just fine under low flow. I've seen, especially the purple Stylophora that I have in the 20 gallon. It has its best pulp extension, and it just really looks best under just almost still water. So let's check out these guys. These guys are the Euphyllias over here. Got the hammer and the frog spawn. I'm thinking these guys are definitely low flow. When I get them on medium flow, they do fine, but they won't open up all the way. So definitely look much better and happier under the low flow. And then higher flow, forget it. They just, they won't open up. And the same thing with the Elegants. They can handle the higher flow. And I'll get this guy under higher flow. And the thing is, he's not attached to everything. So it's so much flow that actually blows him around. So he's actually, when I have those MP60s going on here, he was like, one day he's here, and then, or even later in the day, he's over and over and over. He's like slowly being blown by that current. So if you're going to do like an Elegance, a high flow where they're really blasting, I think you just about have to glue them down to a nice big piece of live rock there to make sure that they're nice and secured. And the bubbles right there, definitely low flow. And they just same thing. Medium flow even, they just start retracting and don't open up quite as much. So certainly, but any higher than that, yeah, they definitely get very bothered. Got these guys right here, mushrooms, definitely low flow. Won't get the pole position on these guys. I'll be happy just in like the lowest flow, I would say. As well as the Duncan right there, it can be blasted, but probably low to medium. And there's a Dragon Soul back there. I don't know what's going on with this guy. Hasn't been opening up to feed. So checking like at night with the same thing as the other Goniastrias. And so I don't know, hopefully it'll start opening up to feed again or start to decline little by little if not getting enough energy, enough food in there. But here's a shot of this side. Right, Yellow Tang, what's up? See what's going on with the Yellow Tang. I've just been feeding this guy the hand nori. I don't know, he hasn't been eating as much from his fish bowl. He's kind of getting a little bit little shy as far as that goes, and just wants the straight. He he eats it more the first day, but now it's like if it sits there for more than a day, then suddenly it's stale to him or something. He doesn't want to eat it as much. All right, so let's check out what's going on with my coral scrubber down here. See, that's right, same thing. It's just going with the ugly faces here. Continuing on with the ugly phase with the orange dinos, as well as a ton of cyanobacteria. So got a couple corals, and I got a turbinaria that's a couple coral, as well as a few mushrooms. That's it down there. Alright, got the protein skimmer. That's it. Just adding the Reef Plus by Seachem for the trace elements, vitamins, and amino acids. So I'm good there. And let's check this one out. See how it's doing today. Same thing. I just have the protein skimmer, this one XR15 on here, and the one Innovative Marine Power Head. And here's a shot of these guys doing the same, doing pretty good. Toadstool, the Sacrophyton right there, looking pretty crazy big in the corner right there. Thinking about moving this guy into the main display, probably in the back left corner as well. I made a little bit of space for him, so see him kind of get to a bigger size in that corner and kind of shade some of the other mushrooms that are over there. And then it has the baby one right there. I'm probably going to leave that one in here, see what's going on. But ideally I want to move everything that's in here over into the main display, but might want to leave something. I'm thinking long term to see how it one of these Acroporas grows out in just this 20 gallon to see. So probably going to leave this key lime pie right here from Cabe at Coral Euphoria, because I put him in here from the beginning when I got him from him, and it's definitely doing good there. And so see how he's going to grow out, and then maybe I can frag a small piece and put it in my main display. I don't know. So I got the rainbow loom up there. This is the purple Styloflora I was telling you about. Definitely got the lower flow. And so the Acropora still have this kryptonite tenuous right here. So fingers crossed on that one. Let's check out. I got the other Stylophores. This is one of the rainbow Stylophores right here. I got this one at Unique Corals. So looking good there. I got these digitatas. I got the green digitata, purple digitata there in the back, as well as the orange. Looking good. I still have a piece of this rainbow loom right there. It's a pretty good shot of it, where the frag was there for just like a month and a half, and that's the rainbow loom's known for being a good encruster. So hopefully it'll eventually grow into a full-size colony someday. And let's check out. I got these mushrooms over here. Still doing good. Got the orange crush jawbreakers, and I've got these nebula and the interstellar mushrooms. There they are, guys. Still alive, still doing good. Alright, so I guess that's just a quick update, quick check out to see what's going on, see what's still alive and what just didn't make it. Alright guys, well, happy reefing, and check you on the next one. Bye.